Hi guys, I want to do an update on the Crossfire II scope from Vortex. If you saw my other video where I was at the range and I just got the scope and I was shooting with it, I liked the scope. Well, I liked the scope, but I ran into a problem with it. I'm starting to dislike it. The problem was when I took it out hunting and I went from a temperature change from a warm inside to a cold outside, I had problems with the objective lens fogging up. So I sent the thing back to Vortex. Vortex has an unconditional lifetime warranty on their scopes. So basically if anything happens to it, you send it in and they'll fix it. So I sent it in once. I just got the scope back a few days ago. But before I put it on my rifle, I stuck it in the freezer. And when I took the thing out, after a few minutes, after about 20 minutes, it was still fogged up. It fogged up on the inside again. Now I did do a take on this video and it didn't turn out the way I wanted, so it's still a little bit fogged up. I don't know if you could see that. So I let it warm up a little bit and some of the fogginess went away. But as you can see, the objective lens is not foggy. We have a little bit of fog back here, but I'm going to stick it in the freezer and I'm going to show you what it does. So we're going to stick it in here for a little bit. We're going to leave it there for a while. Now here's the paperwork I got from Vortex. I did block out my name and address and phone number. I don't want any prank calls and all that stuff. But it says here that they replaced the O-rings in the magnification ring and eyepiece, tested all functions and optics of the scope with no other problems found. Well, I don't know what they did, and they purged and cleaned the scope. I don't know what they did when they tested all functions of the scope. Apparently they didn't put it in a warm environment and then in a cold environment, or they would have seen the same thing I got here. I did call Vortex. I'm waiting for a phone call back. I left a message. I'm going to ask them if they want me to send it in a second time. But as you often see in forums and on the internet, everybody says you get what you pay for. Well, I'm starting to find out that that's probably true. And the money I'm going to be spending on shipping, I could have put that towards another brand scope or a little bit more expensive scope instead of shipping the thing back and forth trying to get it fixed. But anyways, we got it in the freezer. We're going to leave it in here for a little bit. I'll take the thing back out and I'll show you what happens to it. Alright, we had the scope in the freezer for a little while, probably about 20 minutes. I'm going to get the thing back out and I'll show you what it does. It's fogged up. Normally you have condensation will build up on the outside. That's normal. That happens with your car windows or your house windows when it's cold outside. But it's fogged up on the inside. I don't know how well you could see that, but it's not supposed to do that. I mean, it's nice that Vortex has an unconditional lifetime warranty, but when you need to send the thing in several times to get a problem straightened out, that's not very good. Like I said, the money I spent on shipping I could have put towards a more expensive scope. But I mean, I guess like I said, if you get what you pay for, and I tried to save a little bit of money. I heard a lot of good things about Vortex. So I'll have to send the thing back in a second time and hopefully get the problem straightened out. Alright guys, I got that scope back. I just got this back for the second time after sending it to Vortex for fogging up. So I just got the thing back yesterday. I haven't put it in the freezer yet. That's what we're going to do now. I had problems with the lens fogging up. So we're going to stick it in the freezer for a little bit. Probably about 15-20 minutes. I'll take it back out and we'll see if it fogs up. Now there was some paperwork that come with the scope. It come in the box. It says that it was argon purged, and they tested it, freezer tested it, and the scope had 0 fogging after purging. Checked and cleaned the scope. So this is the second round. We're going to see what happens this time. So I'll be back in about 15-20 minutes. We'll take it out of the freezer. We'll We'll check it out. We'll see if it's fogged up and see if they fixed the problem. Now, Vortex does have an unconditional lifetime warranty, and when I did call them back, they were very nice on the phone. I mean, they talked to me. They even paid for the shipping. They sent me a shipping label to send the scope back to them. So that's what we used. We sent it back, and they were very quick. Probably a week, and I had the scope back and sent back to me. So we'll be back in 15-20 minutes. We'll see what happens. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes. We're going to get that scope out. We're going to take a look at it. It's pretty cold. Already I could see the condensation building up on the outside. And it's very cold. Fingers actually stuck to it there a little bit. Vortex gives you a cloth, a lens cloth. So we'll use that to wipe the condensation off of it. And if you could see much of that on there or not, it's on the outside. Seems like as soon as you wipe it away, it comes right back because of the temperature change. It's almost frozen on there. It's like ice on it. It's probably going to take a couple minutes. It doesn't appear to be fogged up on the inside, just the outside. I don't know how well you can see that. Most of that's on the outside, but you can see where I wiped it. You can see the marks there. So it's working pretty good. Now all I gotta do is put it on the rifle. But that was about 20 minutes in the freezer. This is the second time I got it back from Vortex after they fixed it. And it seems to be alright. I don't know why. It seems like this time it's really... that frost just keeps coming back. I don't know if that has something to do with the argon in it or not. But what you're seeing there is on the outside of the scope. But nope, it's fogging on the inside. Well, it took a little while to do it. It's fogging on the inside. I don't know how clear you could see that on there, but it still fogs on the inside. See what's happening there? I don't know, when I look through the viewfinder on the camera, it's hard to see. It looks clear when I look through the viewfinder, so I'll have to play it back when I edit the video and see how it looks. But yeah, it's still fogs up. Sent it back twice. It's the Vortex Crossfire II scope. Sent it back twice to them. Scope still fogs up. So there you have it. That's my review on the Vortex Crossfire II scope. That's my update on it. I try to be honest with my reviews. I mean, I liked the scope originally, but you can't have a scope fog up on you like that. Especially when you're putting it on a deer rifle, something you're going to take out in the woods. During cold weather, from a warm house to a cold outdoor environment, you can't have a scope that fogs up like that. I have other scopes I've done this experiment to. Didn't have a problem, but I got a problem with that scope. Alright, well thanks for watching my video.